Legend of Yufei Chapter 50.
The story kicks off with an imperial decree. Marshal Yufei is being honored. He's getting 300 jars of imperial wine and provisions. Sounds great, right? A huge honor.
On the surface, yes. A massive gesture, meant to commend him, his army.
But like you said, these things weren't always straightforward. What's the catch here? Or the potential catch?
Well, the Southern Song Dynasty, a gift like this wasn't just a pat on the back. It was a major political statement. Public proof of the emperor's favor.
Right, and Yufei was a big deal. Popular general wanted to fight the Jurchen invaders.
Precisely. So this honor boosts his standing. Huge morale boost for the troops. But in a court full of factions, that kind of favor, it makes you a target.
A bigger target for rivals. People who didn't like his aggressive stance, maybe.
Exactly. Or just people who wanted his influence. So the envoy, Tian Sizhong, delivering this gift, he'd know the weight of it, politically speaking.
Okay, that makes sense. So it's loaded from the start. But the wine doesn't go straight to Yufei, does it? There's a start first.
Ah, yes. The crucial detour. This is where things get sinister. It goes to Prime Minister Qin Hui's office first. For sealing.
Qin Hu. Okay, he's a major figure. And if I remember right, a political opponent of Yufei.
A notorious one. Qin Hui's faction pushed for peace. Appeasement with the Jurchens, the exact opposite of Yufei's approach.
And the text says Qin Hui isn't actually there when the wine arrives.
Correct. He's absent. And this absence creates, an opening. An opening his wife, Lady Wang, steps right into.
Lady Wang. Her name definitely carries some weight in history, often not positive. What does the text say drove her to act?
Her motive, according to the text, is just chillingly clear. To eliminate Yufei and his generals, clearing the path for the fourth prince to conquer the Song dynasty.
Wow, the fourth prince. That's a Jurchen Jin-backed claimant, right? So she's actively working against the Song's military strength.
Effectively, yes. By removing Yufei, the biggest hawk, she's paving the way for a peace deal, maybe one favorable to the Jin, or at least one that stops the fighting Yufei champion.
The text doesn't hold back on describing her, does it?
Not at all. More venomous than snakes or wasps. That phrase tells you a lot about the popular view of her and Qin Hui's actions against Yufei.
It paints a picture of betrayal at the highest level. Personal ambition, factional politics, maybe even aligning with enemy interests.
All masked by imperial procedure. It's quite something. She secretly tells a trusted servant to poison every single jar.
Every single one. Okay. So the next day, Qin Hui comes in.
Completely oblivious, has no idea what his wife did. He dutifully seals the jars, now filled with poison, and hands them over to the envoy, Tian Sizhong.
The perfect setup for disaster. Just incredible dramatic irony.
Utterly. Qin Hui becomes this unwitting pawn in his own wife's deadly game.
So Tian Sizhong, the poor envoy, takes this lethal gift all the way to Yufei's camp in Sizhou. And Yufei, being the leader he is, even calls for Marshal Han to join him for the official receipt. Class act.
Always thinking strategically, always respectful of protocol and his fellow commanders.
But what was his actual plan for the wine itself? Does the text mention that?
It does, and this detail really highlights his character. It's quite insightful. His plan wasn't to keep it for the officers. He wanted to take the imperial wine to the training grounds.
The common area.
Exactly. And then buy regular civilian wine to mix with it.
So there'd be enough for everyone, all the soldiers.
Every single soldier. He wanted them all to share in the emperor's honor. It shows that egalitarian spirit, that care for his men that made him so loved.
Wow. That makes the hidden poison even more horrifying. He's planning this big, inclusive celebration.
And he has absolutely no idea about the danger. None at all.
But then, fate intervenes in the form of General Niu Gao, our lucky general.
Yes. Niu Gao hears about the imperial wine arriving.
And he gets curious, maybe just thirsty.
Driven by curiosity, maybe a bit of thirst too, who knows. He decides to sneak a peek before the official handover.
An impulsive moment. Seems small, but it changes everything.
Totally pivotal. It's almost pure luck, serendipity.
Yeah.
Niu Gao goes to the training ground where the jars are stored. He leans in to smell it, expecting, fine wine. But instead, the text says this sharp, acrid wine vapor hits him, rushes to his head.
Causes immediate pain, like a headache.
An immediate searing pain. That's his first clue. His own body reacting, warning him something is very wrong. It's almost primal.
That's vivid. So he knows something's off, but maybe not what yet. What does he do?
Well, still maybe a bit confused, he sees a cart driver nearby. And, thinking he's being generous, maybe sharing a bit of the emperor's bounty, he offers the driver a scoop.
Oh no! and the dried.
The text calls him a greedy drinker, eagerly accepts, gulps it down, no hesitation.
There must have been this awful pause.
Absolutely. We, the audience, know what's coming. The tension is thick. And then it happens fast, horribly fast.
It
Collapses, rolls on the ground in agony, and then dies. The text is graphic. 7 orifices bleeding.
Oh, wow. Gruesome, but definitive proof.
Undeniable proof. Instant confirmation. Poison. Potent poison.
So Niu Gao's impulse is curiosity, that little act of generosity.
It accidentally uncovers the whole plot. If it's total catastrophe for Yu Fei and all the generals, he literally stumbled onto it.
Incredible, stark, powerful. So Niu Gao sees this horrific death. What's his reaction?
Pure rage. Absolute fury. He instantly jumps to a conclusion.
That the emperor did it.
Yes. He assumes the dim-witted emperor is trying to kill them all, a betrayal he just can't stomach.
So in this blind rage...
He grabs his weapons, 2 heavy iron maces.
Okay.
He just smashes everything, all 300 jars of imperial wine. Gone.
Whoa, that's extreme. Destroying an imperial gift. That's basically treason, isn't it?
It's incredibly serious. A massive act of insubordination. Punishable by death, almost certainly. It's a direct insult to the emperor.
But he's not thinking about that.
Not at all. He's running on pure loyalty, pure outrage. He storms back to Yu Fei.
And demands
They kill the envoy first, for bringing the poison, and then march on the capital to confront the emperor himself.
Wow. Passionate, definitely. But incredibly rash. No thought for consequences.
Zero political calculation, just raw loyalty boiling over.
So how does Yu Fei react to this? Niu Gao destroying the wine, accusing the emperor.
Well, Yu Fei is furious too, initially.
Why? About the poison?
No, not initially about the poison. He's furious that Niu Gao destroyed the imperial gift. He demands to know how Niu Gao knows it's poisoned.
Ah, the discipline aspect, the chain of command.
Exactly. When Niu Gao explains about the cart driver, the gruesome death, Yu Fei is enraged, but his first order,
Execute Niu Gao.
tie him up and execute him on the spot for destroying the wine. It shows that impossible bind he's in. Obey the emperor, protect the troops.
What a tightrope. So who stops the execution?
Marshal Han steps in. He explains calmly, rationally, that Niu Gao's crazy act, it actually just saved all their lives.
And the envoy, Tian Xizong, does he back this up?
He does. Even Tian Xizong, the guy who brought the wine, confirms he would have drunk it too. He would have died.
That's crucial testimony from the imperial messenger himself. Removes all doubt.
Completely. It shifts everything. Niu Gao isn't just an insubordinate soldier anymore. He's the unlikely savior.
Yeah.
His rashness becomes heroism.
Okay, so Yu Fei is persuaded. He spares Niu Gao's life.
Yes, but discipline still has to be maintained, right? You can't just let destroying an imperial gift slide, hero or not.
So what's the punishment?
He banishes Niu Gao from the camp. Temporarily, presumably, but still a punishment.
Niu Gao pleads, wants to stay and fight.
But Yu Fei holds firm. Military law, military order. It's a fascinating balance. Justice, pragmatism, discipline.
It really shows Yu Fei's leadership style, acknowledges the heroism, but enforces the rules.
Precisely. But the story doesn't just end with Niu Gao walking off. Yu Fei immediately pivots.
Right. He needs to know where this poison came from.
Exactly. He questions Tian Xizong. Where was this wine stored before you brought it here?
And Tian Xizong tells him.
Tells him it spent the night at Prime Minister Qin Hui's office.
Ah, the connection is made. All fingers point to Qin Hui's household.
Yu Fei gets it immediately. He declares his plan. First, deal with the current military threat, the Dongting bandits.
A practical delay. Can't rush off to the capital mid-campaign.
Right. Duty first. But then, he says, he'll return to the capital. His words are clear. Investigate the treacherous minister, meaning Qin Hui, and rectify the law. Seek justice.
Before continuing his main campaign against the Jurchens.
Yes. It shows his resolve. He knows who's likely behind it, and he intends to hold them accountable at the highest level. It's a promise of future reckoning. General Niu Gao, close to Yu Fei, exiled.
Well, the source tells us Yu Fei was actually full of regret afterwards.
One moment he's a general, the next he's a wanderer. Yu Fei tried to find him, sent people out, but Niu Gao just vanished. And that shift, it's just so immediate and drastic. He goes from being in this powerful army, comrades all around, to suddenly being totally alone and crucially starving.
Wow.
It wasn't just like a demotion. It was his whole world turned upside down. Shows how fast and frankly brutal the consequences could be, even for small things. Hard to wrap your head around that kind of fall from grace. So, okay, there he is, wandering, hungry, lost in a forest.
Yeah.
and he bumps into a young Taoist acolyte.
Exactly. Stomach rumbling, probably desperate. And this young acolyte tells him about his master on Biyun Mountain.
And this isn't just any old master, right? Tell us about Baofeng.
No, definitely not. This is Baofeng, a Taoist master with some pretty incredible, almost supernatural abilities. The text specifically mentions calling wind and rain Hufan Huan Hia,
Okay.
and scattering beans to form soldiers. Du Chengbang.
Scattering beans to make soldiers, like actual soldiers.
Yeah. Well, in these kinds of stories, it signifies immense spiritual power, connection to nature, command over unseen forces. It's way beyond simple magic tricks.
That is quite the skill set for a mountain hermit. And then comes the really strange part. The acolyte says his master, Baofeng, actually knew Niu Gao was coming, even to his name.
Right, and that's the kicker. It tells you this isn't just some random meeting. It points towards, well, maybe a predestined path for Niu Gao. Or at least, the master having this incredibly advanced spiritual insight. It's a classic element in these narratives.
So it signals we're moving beyond just military matters here.
Exactly. It shifts the whole thing. Niu Gao is about to step into a whole different realm, something more mystical. Sets a totally different tone for his journey.
Okay, so Niu Gao, still ravenous, I imagine, follows the kid up to Baofeng's cave. He gets some simple vegetarian food. Must have been a change from army rations.
Yeah, for sure.
And he tells his story, I got banished because I broke this wine jar. Baofeng listens and then just offers him Taoism. Says, hey, become a Taoist. It's a carefree and happy life. Shu yao yao kwa wo. Why would Niu Gao even entertain that, a general becoming a hermit?
Well, if you look at what was going through Niu Gao's head right then, according to the text, it makes more sense. He's thinking about him and his big brother Yu Fei, all the stuff they did for the empire.
Right, all their victory.
Yeah. And yet, the Hinjin, the dim-witted emperor, apparently wanted to poison them with medicinal wine.
Whoa. Okay, so it wasn't just the wine jar incident.
Not just that, it was deep disillusionment with the emperor, the politics, the whole system he'd fought for. He wanted to be wuju wushu free and unrestrained.
So it wasn't just finding food, it was finding freedom.
Exactly. Freedom from all that treachery and constraint. It's actually a pretty powerful reason for such a massive life change, like a spiritual great resignation centuries early.
That really puts it in perspective. But becoming a Taoist disciple isn't casual. Baofeng lays down some serious rules, right?
Oh, yeah. Strict conditions. He has to give up alcohol zhejiang, give up meat shuhun,
Right.
and even give up emotional attachments jiking.
Wow. That's a lot. How did Niu Gao take that?
Yeah.
Especially the alcohol part, given the wine jar history.
Well, the text gives this great little human moment. He actually hesitates about the alcohol, humorously resists for a second.
Can't blame him.
Right. But then, nope, he commits fully, accepts all the conditions. He is all in.
And this commitment leads to some pretty symbolic actions, doesn't it?
It really does. It's powerful. He follows the master down the mountain. His horse is there. Baofeng shouts, and the horse just flies up the mountain and vanishes.
Flies up the mouth.
Flies up, disappears. Then Baofeng tells Niu Gao, take off your armor, your bridle, saddle, reins, everything, and throw it all down a well.
So literally casting off his old life.
Completely. It's not just changing clothes, it's a total symbolic break. His whole identity as a warrior, a general, gone. Down the well.
And he gets a new name, too.
Yes, Wuxing. Wuxing, it implies enlightenment or like an awakened nature. And he even starts calling himself a Hongshou Daren, a fire-burnt Taoist.
Fire-burnt.
Yeah, like he's literally burned away his old self to become this new thing. It's a profound transformation.
What an incredible journey. From general to outcast to enlightened Taoist. Just amazing. But, okay, while Niu Gao was finding this kind of spiritual freedom, shedding the world, Marshal Yu Fei is still stuck right in the middle of it.
Deeply entrenched. And about to find out that betrayal can hit even harder than an enemy arrow.
Right. So let's shift back to the conflict. Yang Mo and his strategist, Kuai Yuangong, they're cooking up a plan against Yu Fei.
And it is a nasty plan, just ruthless. The idea is basically lure Yu Fei to Junshan with a lie.
Okay.
And then set the whole place on fire. A massive fire designed to kill both Yu Fei and Wang Zhu.
Well, Wang Zuo, the guy who's supposed to be luring Yu Fei?
The very same. But he's being forced into it. And the strategist, Kuai Yuangong, suggests imprisoning Wang Zhu's family to make sure he cooperates.
Oh, that's brutal.
Yeah.
Using his family against him.
Classic brutal tactic from that era, unfortunately. It just raises that awful question, doesn't it? How do you even deal with betrayal like that, especially when it involves threats to your loved ones?
An impossible situation. You have to wonder how often that happened, people trapped like that. So Wang Zhu is obviously not keen on this.
Not at all. He tries to argue, right? Says Yufei's too smart, he won't fall for another trick after what happened before.
But Yang Mo doesn't buy it.
Nope. Yang Mo just straight up accuses Wang Zhu of still being loyal to Yufei and immediately orders his family imprisoned. That forces Wang Zhu's hand.
He's completely cornered.
It's a classic ethical nightmare, isn't it? He has to act against his conscience, betray someone he likely respects, all to protect his family. It's that powerful human drive that can push good people into doing terrible things. Takes away their choice, really. Just tragic.
Devastating. Okay, so Wang Zhou, under duress, goes to Danzhu. He puts on a show for Yufei, pretends to be sorry, blames the strategist Kuai Yuan Gong for the previous trick.
Right, lays it all on Kuai Yuan Gong.
Then he pulls out this map of Dongting Lake, supposedly showing a secret underwater path in Anlu directly to Yang Mo's palace. Promises a quick victory if Yufei comes to Jinshan to check it out.
It's a perfect bait.
And Yufei's generals, they see right through it. They warn him loud and clear. Wi Fei, Yuan Shui, Buki Quing Wing. This is definitely not well-intentioned, Marshal. Don't go.
They're practically shouting, it's a trap.
Exactly. But Yufei, he accepts the invitation anyway. He says, Yujin, Deguo, King Yishixin, I already promised. How can I break my word? Why? Why stick to his word when the danger is so obvious?
Well, that goes right to the core of Yufei's character, doesn't it? And maybe the values of that time. His personal honor, his word, is paramount.
More important than his safety.
It seems so. Or perhaps he believed his honor was his strength, but it's this incredible integrity, this refusal to break a promise that becomes his vulnerability. His enemies know it and they exploit it. It's kind of the paradox of the virtuous leader, you know? Their greatest strength can also be their fatal flaw.
A tragic flaw, potentially. But Yufei isn't entirely reckless. He does take some precautions, right?
He does. He's not completely naive. He sends word for backup from Marshal Han, and he brings his best guys with him. Zhang Bao, Zhang Xin, his son Yu Yan, and Yang Hu.
Okay, so he's got his trusted guard. And then there's this interesting bit at Quilly Bridge. They stop, and Yufei tells Yang Hu to watch out for thieves stealing the bridge. Tu Kiao.
Yeah, very cryptic construction.
Yang Hu is confused, right?
Yeah.
He's thinking, Roof ta Kao, Zen mi tu te. It's a huge bridge. How can anyone steal it? What did Yufei mean?
It's clever phrasing. Yufei didn't mean physically pick up the bridge. He meant dismantle it, cut off their escape route.
Ah, okay. Destroy the bridge.
Exactly. And Yang Hu, despite being confused initially, is smart. He doesn't just stand there scratching his head. He hides and watches.
Good move.
Very good move.
Yeah.
Because he spots Gao Lo Hu, the deputy marshal assigned by Yang Mo, actually starting to take the bridge apart. Yes. And Yang Hu acts fast. He kills Gao Lo Hu, stops the bridge from being destroyed. It's a small victory, but crucial. It shows how sharp Yufei's commanders were. Resourceful, quick thinking. They saved their own escape route, at least for now.
But that small victory doesn't stop the main trap.
No, unfortunately. The bigger trap is still waiting. Yufei and the others, Zhang Bao, Zhang Xian, Yu Yun, they arrive at Junshan. They're there to observe, totally unaware they're walking right into, well, a furnace.
And then it happens. Suddenly, Simeon Hengjian Kifa rockets are firing from all sides.
Yeah. The source paints this really vivid, terrifying picture. All around Junshan, left, right, front, back. They'd already stacked up piles of gunchai-kud, dry firewood, and withered grass.
Oh, man. Pre-planned kindling.
Exactly. The rockets hit, and instantly, Lian Fiteng, Chongtan, Honghe's fierce flames shoot up, reaching the sky.
Just like that. They're surrounded by fire.
Caught. Trapped in the Yanhengzhizhong, the smoke and fire, and the epic just leaves you hanging there with this chilling question.
Frenzied birds in a cage, who can save them? Moths flying into fierce flames, how can they escape? Wow, what a cliffhanger.